Look at this crack right here. This one in particular is just a joint between two uneven pieces of concrete slab, but we walk past things like this every day. We trip over them, we complain about them, and then we forget they even exist. But what if I told you that this crack is visual proof of a catastrophic, multi-billion-dollar engineering failure? Would you believe me? Well, you better. We are currently fighting a losing battle against nature, and the crazy thing is, we actually used to know how to build things right.
Every year, cities and universities pour millions into tearing up and replacing broken concrete. It creates massive trip and fall lawsuits and ADA compliance violations. But to understand why our sidewalks are constantly shattering, we have to look back at how we forgot to build. History always repeats itself. The Romans built infrastructure that is still standing 2 millennia later. They didn't use toxic, energy-heavy cement. Instead, they used natural volcanic ash and earth clays to build structures that work with the earth, actually getting stronger over time.
Our company set out to develop a material that would stop the piecemeal destruction of our highway system, even more vitally needed for defense than for peacetime purposes. They came up with a material in which the key ingredient is rubber. Rubber to seal out the water that seeps under pavements and undermines the roadbed. Rubber to prevent bleeding or buckling in the heat of summer. Rubber to prevent cracking caused by freezing temperatures. They mixed the semi-liquid rubber with asphalt and gravel, determining the proper ratio after extensive tests.
In the 20th century, we traded longevity for speed. We needed to pave the world fast, so we started using asphalt, which is literally the toxic, bottom-of-the-barrel waste product from oil refining. It melts in the sun and leaches petroleum. And we use concrete, which requires industrial kilns burning at 2,700 degrees to make Portland cement, dumping massive amounts of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Concrete is incredibly hard, but is completely brittle. Unless reinforced, it has zero tensile strength, so when a tree root grows underneath it, nature always wins.
Which leads us to the insane loop we are trapped in today. In order to fix broken sidewalks anywhere, we literally have to destroy our own backyard.
We dig a hole in the Everglades, we truck the limestone into the city, we mix it with that toxic cement, we pour the sidewalk, then 3 years later, a tree root snaps it. We demolish it, throw it into a landfill, and go dig another hole in the Everglades. And the vicious cycle repeats itself.
It is a completely broken system, so we're designing a way out. We've created a 100% bio-based closed-loop system to replace it, and we're calling it TERRAZA.
TERRAZA is a premium architectural play on the word terrace, or in Spanish, TERRAZA, but at its core, it is a zero-emission alternative to concrete. Here is the recipe that changes everything. Instead of mining the Everglades, our foundation is washed recycled concrete from demolished Miami buildings. Instead of fresh sand, our skeleton is tumbled amber glass diverted from local recycling centers. Instead of brittle cement, our strength comes from US-grown industrial hemp fibers acting as microscopic rebar suspended in carbon-negative algae bio-resin. This gives the pavement extreme ductile strength. It doesn't snap, it bends. And the color? Green, to signify that TERRAZA is not only the pavement of the future, but is also completely sustainable and eco-friendly. And no, there are no toxic chemical dyes. We use agricultural biochar and terra verte, the exact same natural green earth clay the Romans used to build empires.
Skeptics might say, green tech is too expensive. And if you only look at day one, of course TERRAZA is going to cost more to implement than its traditional, cheap concrete competitors. But let's take a look at the actual balance sheet.
Because it's packed with agricultural biochar, every square foot of TERRAZA acts as a permanent carbon sink. Developers can sell carbon credits just by laying it down. Add in the absolute zero cost of root grinding maintenance, and by year 5, TERRAZA is the cheapest, safest pavement in the world.
Our master plan begins right here, right behind me, Phase 1 being to replace the sidewalks on University of Miami campus with TERRAZA decks, not only proving that our chemistry works, but saving the trees and saving ourselves in the process. Phase 2, well, that's all about scaling it up to municipal levels, where we'll develop TERRAZA Flow, our porous municipal roadway system that swallows hurricane floods and allows for complete groundwater infiltration. Phase 3, we plan on eliminating global reliance on concrete for good.
We paved the world wrong. It's time we fix it.